Welcome to the Kingdom Hairstylist Podcast. This is your host, Billie Jean. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Kingdom Hairstylist Podcast. I hope everybody is blessed. I pray y'all are doing well out there. I love you all so much. Thank you for your continued support of this podcast. I see that even when I have not put out a new episode, you guys are still going back and listening to some of the episodes. But let me just tell y'all, God has been on me about this podcast. He's been like, okay, it's time to put out a new episode. You better get on there and do what you're supposed to do. Not only that, last night, which was, what's today? August 7th or 8th? I don't even know. But anyway, yesterday I had my first session with my mentees because I just started a mentorship program. I'll definitely be sure to link where you can sign up for that. And also purchase my book. The book is called Hear Me Out, 6 Figures. How God took me from being broke basically to 6 figures. And so it's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful testimonial book. Very short read. You can read it in about an hour. It was really, really good though. I've been getting a lot of good feedback on it. And in order to join the mentorship program, I'm sorry, I can't even talk this morning. In order to join the program, you have to purchase the book because the book is going to be our blueprint for the program. The program is free. It's absolutely free. There's no cost to sign up. And I really enjoyed last night's session. We were on there for 2 hours just talking. You know, it really wasn't really structured, but it was more so just me getting to know everybody. And, you know, I know some people, but just getting to know where they are and what they need help with. And so I don't mind doing things that I love for God. And I'm being obedient because I was supposed to start this thing a long time ago, but just never got a chance. I ain't gonna say got a chance because I had the chance, but I just never did it. Let me just be honest. And so now I'm ready and I have the time. So I'm excited about it. I look forward to meeting new people in the group. The Kingdom Hairstylist community Facebook group is open as well. I'm going to link that so that you can join that. And we're just getting ready to rock and roll because I'm just so excited and I'm on fire. God has been giving me so many things to share with you all. And we need a safe space. We need a safe space where we can talk about God freely. You know what I mean? As hairstylists, and the witches and warlocks and the people that are into the new age witchcraft, they talk about it very freely. So I think it's time for us to bring Jesus to our workplace and to bring him to our forefronts of our minds, and just to allow people to know that we love God. And God loves when we witness about him, when we talk about him, when we share him with other people that may or may not know him. And so I'm excited about the things that God is going to do through that. And so grab your book, you go ahead and sign up for the mentorship program and meet me every Monday night at 8 p.m. on Zoom. Like I said, last night we went for 2 hours, maybe a little bit more than 2 or maybe a little less, but it was fun. I stopped counting after a while because it just was so good. But I gave everybody homework, and I even got homework myself, which was that I needed to do a podcast episode because the people expressed to me that, you know, they get joy and they look for it and they get excited about when I release an episode. And so, you know, it's amazing how sometimes you feel like nobody's listening. You feel like, why am I even doing this? I haven't gotten a new review on a podcast in years. Nobody's even listening to this thing. And then, you know, you hear things like, oh, I look for you. You know, I look for different videos you put out, and you lost me because you stopped doing the podcast. I'm just like, oh my goodness, I got to get back on top of the things that God has called me to do. And as I was sharing with them last night, sometimes you just get so wrapped up in your own life. You know, you just get wrapped up in your own business ventures and, you know, just everything. And and you just, you kind of fall off because you just forget to do the things that you once were doing. And it's it's not that I don't like doing the podcast. It's just that I just get busy and I just forget. I just got to schedule time for it and be more consistent. I was doing well at one point. Every week I was putting out a new episode, and then, I just got quiet and, just started working on other things. But I'm going to do my best to put this as a priority because I know that it's helping people. And so now last night when I got that confirmation, I was like, all right, it's time to get back into it. So anyway, I just wanted to jump on here this morning, just to share some things that's been, going on, and things that have been going on in my heart. God is still working. He is still good. He's always been good. And I just don't see me ever walking away from him because I just can't. He's just been too good to my family, too good to my friends that are around me. I see him working daily. And I'm just amazed at how he's so good. How I said this on here before, but he could be right here in my home, blessing me, healing me, fixing some things, and be right across the street or even next door, just doing the same thing. And I was on this training last week that I'm in through my church, and I was just so amazed because we put on this, well, we didn't put on anything. The person who was giving the training put on some beautiful music, some shofar music, right? And as the music was playing, she wanted us to tell, we all got quiet as the music was playing, and she wanted us to tell her what God was speaking to us in that moment, right? So all of us were quiet for about, I would say maybe 4 to 5 minutes, not long. And we all got something different. Like we all got something completely different. And I was just like, God, how do you do it? Like, he is a mystery because you can't even do half of the things he does. And for him to speak to 4 different people at the same time, giving us 4 different things. Like one of the ladies said that she heard God say, sound the alarm. It's about to be a shift in the atmosphere. And it was something else I can't really remember. But then at the same time, he was speaking to me and he was telling me not to worry about what people think about me. Don't worry about, he called me because he loves me and he trusts me. And then he told me to abide in him and he's going to abide in me. And then another lady, he told her, he kept saying it resoundingly loud over and over and over again, to stay at his feet. And then the other lady, I can't remember what exact, I think he said that there was a war in the heavenlies. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, right? Don't stop praying because you don't see a change today. Don't stop praying that even 3 weeks ago you prayed and you didn't see a change, right? Because a lot of times what we don't always realize, because we're not always taught these things, especially in certain churches that we go to, we're not always taught that there's a war. There's spiritual wars. Like the moment you begin to pray, and you see these examples in the book of Daniel, because Daniel began to pray and then he went on a consecration and, just only ate vegetables and he ate no meat because he was really believing in God for some things, and he was praying and he wasn't seeing anything, right? So for 21 days, he didn't see anything. But then the angel came to him and was like, ever since you prayed, we've been trying to get this stuff to you. But it was a war. It was a war. We were fighting against Satan and his enemies. And we couldn't get it to you, but we were trying. We were fighting. And so a lot of times we don't realize that it's not that God is not listening. It's not that he doesn't even want to do it for you. But it's just that there's a war going on, because the devil's not going to just let you get whatever it is you're asking for. Just to be honest, like he just going to fight you. Even with Job, he was so mad at Job because Job was a righteous man. He was a good man. He was blameless. He didn't sin. And he was like, you know what? I want to mess with him. I want to see if I can get him off track. And, even though God allowed him to mess with Job and Job lost everything, that was a sad story. But At the end, Job got everything double for his trouble because he stood steadfast. So we have to do the same. Even though we want things and we don't see them happening and they're not coming right away, that doesn't mean give up. That doesn't mean turn back to your wicked ways. That doesn't mean I'm going to go just live a life of sin again because God is not answering me. You know how many things I'm waiting on? There's so many things that I've just been waiting and waiting. God has given me prophecy after prophecy about certain things that are going to happen for me. Even just now, I was sharing with the group last night that even though I'm at this 6-figure mark and I'm, doing well, I'm still not really, I'm not rich. You know what I mean? I still have bills. I still have things that are coming after me. And Satan will continue to send hits after you. And I always take hits financially. That's the place where he thinks that he can use me to run back to him. You know what I mean? He wants me to get back into the sinful life that I was living. And so he attacks me financially. Like every time I put out something about, me making more money, then comes a hit, and it don't make me go back. It doesn't. It makes me go even further toward God. It makes me run deeper into the secret place because I know that God is fighting for me. He fights our battles. Literally, he sees the things that we're doing. He sees the work that we're putting in. He sees that we don't want to sin. He sees our heart. He knows what we're facing. He knows the battles. He knows everything. This Christian walk is not easy. I always say that. But it's so worth it if you hang in there. It's so worth it if you continue to seek your Father's face because he's going to answer you. He's going to answer you. He's going to come through. He's going to do what he needs to do. He's going to help you. There are things that I'm believing in him for, and I just know that they're coming. And so that keeps me going. But yeah, God's going to fight it. He's going to fight your battles. As long as you continue to stay true to him, stay true to yourself, make sure that you are always praying. Make sure you're always reading his word because when you read the word of God, it fuels you. It gives you motivation to stay on this path. And don't worry about what you see. Like sometimes, I had to get to a place where I stopped looking at social media so much because, the people that are living sinful lives, they look like they having a blast over there, and sometimes I'll be bored. I'll be like, dang, I wish I could get out here and go shake my butt real quick and have some good time, go back to who I used to be and get drunk. But God will pull me right back and be like, no, you don't. Because remember how you used to be waking up with them hangovers? Remember how you used to be losing money and losing stuff? And remember how you used to be miserable and you was trying to self-medicate, just to feel better? And he reminds me of all those ways and all the things that I went through in that life. But, if you want better, you have to trust God. You have to. My pastor's doing a sermon series right now called A Faith That Moves every Wednesday night for Bible study. And it's been so good because, the way that you have to put your faith in God, and you just have to believe, just like you believe that when you get in your car every day, it's going to start up. Same way. Just like you believe that when you do hair, you're going to get money after the end of that service. That's the way you got to believe in God, trusting in him and believing that even though it tarries, even though it takes a long time for some stuff to come, doesn't mean that it's not going to come. But God is watching what we do and how we respond to the things that are not happening when we want them to. So be encouraged, That's what I wanted to talk about. Just be encouraged. I apologize. My dog is barking. I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. You guys have a blessed day. And I will put all those links that I talked about in the description box below. I love y'all so much. And again, I apologize about the dog barking. My son left out of his room, and so the dog went off. But I love y'all so much. And just be encouraged. Stay blessed. Stay encouraged. Stay at God's feet. Continue to pray. Don't give up. Continue to trust God because he's going to do everything that you need him to do. Y'all be blessed. Take care. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like it, subscribe to it, and share it with all of your friends.